All right, welcome to Centerville High School Gymnasium for tonight's MVCC Junior Varsity Game of the Week. It is our opening JV game of the week. I'm Jared Bergstrom alongside Andy Horton. It is going to be the Centerville Elks in all in white hosting the Springboro Panthers all in blue. So coming out in the first game, you're going to expect probably in the first quarter a lot of turnovers. Teams trying to figure out how they're going to play the rest of the season. But it's going to be interesting to see how Springboro can go up against Ryan Kiefer, as he looks like he's the tallest kid on the court right now for the Elks. Zimmerman wins the opening tip for the Elks. That is Jason Hayes with an opening three, no good, but an offensive rebound for Kiefer. He's going to drive into the paint and kick it out to Nauer, and Nauer drills a three to open the score for the Elks.
If you're an Elk, you really got to be loving that opening possession. You were able to get a couple extra shots and get an open three outside. Great, great look.
And Springboro, I noticed, comes back out, starts this season how they did all last season, playing a 2-3 zone. And last year in the JV games we covered, they got picked apart because they never switched off anything, and they would just keep the same zone going. And it'll be interesting to see if they keep up the same zone, as they've already given up two wide open threes.
Well, see, the key with zone is you have to have great communication, and you have to have great spacing on defense. And, they just weren't able to have that last year. And early, it's not looking like they're going to have it. The Elks are going to get a turnover, and they're going to bring it down. They're going to give it to Rich Ralph. He's going to put one up. No good. Rebound for the Panthers.
Mike Etheridge. And it looks like another foul called against Centerville. No, they're just going to say it's deflected off of Centerville out of bounds.
I think it was number 35, Ryan Kiefer.
Etheridge guarded by Zimmerman, kicks out and turns it over, but they're going to say it stays with the Panthers.
Kiefer got his hands on it again. The Elks have come out playing really, really good defense, getting their hands on a lot of balls.
Trent drives into the paint and kicks it back out to Etheridge. Etheridge drives in on Kiefer. Shot off the glass is no good. And a defensive rebound for Zimmerman. And Nauer drills another wide open three.
These kids can shoot it.
And again, that 2-3 zone is just leaving them wide open, not really presenting any pressure defensively for the Panthers. And I think Centerville will take those wide open threes.
Oh, definitely. They've got a lot of good shooters in this program, and they're really young. So they've got a bright future ahead. Especially, like we just said, they can shoot it.
Fouls on number 23, Jason Hayes, his first, team second. Long inbound passes, a lot of contact, and I think Hayes just picked up his second foul. No, they're going to call it on Zimmerman. That's his second.
Centerville's been really, really aggressive early on the defensive end.
And you can see what Centerville's doing defensively. They're switching between a 2-3 and a 3-2 zone. And without Springboro really having a big man, as Trent shoots a wide open three and drills it.
Nice shot.
Without Springboro having a big man like Roth to go down low, they really can't force any shots, try and get off the glass. Kiefer has it swatted away. The Elks' first turnover, and number 30, Ben Markham, comes up with it. Etheridge with the crossover and turns it over again for the Panthers. Hayes comes up court with it. Kicks it over to Clark. Back out to Nauer. Nauer drive off the glass, no good. And they called a charge on Nauer. That'll be his first, team's fourth.
Really, really good defense right there. You're able to slide in there and take the charge.
Centerville comes out and plays a full court defense. As Etheridge brings the ball slowly up the court. Now Springboro needs to slow it down. I don't know, with the lack of roster for Springboro, I don't think they have the stamina to run with Centerville as fast as they want to make this run.
No, and they also have to figure out how to get something going on offense, because right now Centerville, they're throwing a lot of different looks at them, and they're not really handling it too well.
Well, I think they're trying to get the whole team to foul out in the first half. Already the 5th foul for Centerville as a team, and Etheridge is going to go to the line to shoot 1 and 1, I believe.
Definitely got to be careful. You don't want to give him too many early free throws. That's a great strategy to be able to win in basketball. Get to the line early and often. Etheridge is going to go 2 for 2 at the line. And now Centerville is going to bring it up.
Nauer kicks it over to Rolfe. Oh. Now Hayes has it, tries to drive in. Kiss off the glass is good, and Hayes gets his first bucket of the game.
Nice look by Hayes. He was able to get in close and bank it off the glass.
Centerville comes back out with that full court defense. Etheridge seems like a good ball handler. He has the ability to get the crossover, and it stays with Springboro as it deflected off of, I believe, Clark out of bounds.
Yeah, Etheridge has had a really tight hand on the ball so far. Looks to be a pretty confident point guard. Going to be interested to see what he does in the rest of the game.
You see Tom House checked in for 35, Ryan Kiefer, and a turnover there for the Panthers. Hayes spins down low, no good, and Trent comes up with the defensive rebound.
I think if you're an Elk, you really want for him to pass that ball, try something else, get a better look. Rolfe with the rebound.
Matt Yim's shot is no good, but I think with the size advantage, I would let Hayes try and take that one-on-one, as he does here too. Off the glass is no good. That's his second miss within 2 feet of the rim, and I don't think his coach is happy about that.
He's trying to be fancy with it.
Trent almost had his second 3 of the game.
Rolfe, I think that's at least his 3rd rebound here in the first quarter. He's looking good early. You gotta think, if you're the Elks, you're kind of wanting to get him involved. He's on both the varsity and JV roster. You kind of want to see what he's got in store. He's really long. He's got really good length. That's 6'6" for a freshman. So he's got a lot of time to develop here in this program.
You see Clark checks out with his 2 fouls in the first quarter, and Tom House will replace him once again, and Centerville back out with a full court defense. Etheridge trapped in the corner, guarded by Nauer. Etheridge with a step back 3, no good. And Nauer comes up with the loose ball, and Nauer's going to go coast to coast and is going to be fouled by, I believe, 5.
Great aggressiveness by Nauer and court awareness. He saw the defender come and was able to execute a nice spin and get to the rim.
They actually called it on Etheridge for the Panthers.
Nauer has come out early being like extra aggressive.
He has 7 of the team's 9 points early. As you see, Hayes checks out of the game and Kiefer checks back in for the Elks. And now number 15, Ty Davis, checks in for Khalil Trent. Now our second one is no good, and it's going to belong to the Elks.
If you're the Panthers, you really can't be happy about that. You got to secure these rebounds.
And I think that's where the size disadvantage for the Panthers is going to come in to play, especially late if Springboro can close in on this gap. Now we're left wide open for another three, and it's nothing but nylon.
And you really have to get out to these shooters. They're killing them early, and they're killing them often. And like
Etheridge, look, another beautiful crossover by Etheridge, but now we're back quickly with the rebound, or with the regroup, and that one's going to go to Centerville as Etheridge shot another wide open three.
I like Etheridge. He's playing really, really aggressive early, and I like to see it, but I just don't know if he has enough help in this one. It's looking like they're really struggling.
Nauer kicks back over to House, back to Nauer. Kiefer down low to number 42. That is
rebound
Trey
by
Johnson.
Ralph.
House's three's no good.
He's going to get his hands on another one, and Ralph is going to fight for a rebound. Great hustle there by Ralph.
The foul is on Springboro's number 30.
Centerville is just winning all the hustle plays early.
And 3 from 4 for the three-point line is helping him out quite a bit.
Like you said, the height advantage for Centerville in this game is kind of crazy. They have 4 guys over 6'4" in this game, and whereas
Springboro has
none
over 6'4". That's going to stay with Center. No, it's going to go to Springboro. So Centerville's third turnover of the quarter. As you see, Hayes checks in for Nauer. Nauer is going to take his 9 points and go to the bench for. I would not assume he would be out long.
I would not expect either.
Etheridge trapped in the corner, and Hayes forces a turnover. 3 on 2.
Centerville is really just playing at a different level right now as number 42, Trey Johnson gets that rebound. They're just, I mean, they're working harder for every single hustle, for every single hustle ball, and their defense is just on a different level.
Hayes gets it inbounded right at the last possible second. House has it at the top of the key. Kicks it back to Hayes. Kiefer with a shot, no good. But Rolfe with a rebound and a putback.
They are killing them on the board.
I was about to say, without Nauer in there, it looks like Centerville's almost lost offensively. A lot of passing back and forth.
But the inability of the Panthers to finish out possessions on the defensive end and actually get stops is just, it's keeping the Elks going right now.
It's going to stay with Springboro, deflected off of Centerville. Long inbound pass goes to Markham, and that's going to leave Davis wide open for a three. And Springboro connects on their second three of the game and cuts the lead to 5.
That was a crisp looking play. Davis was able to get wide open and just drain an easy bucket.
Rolfe over to House. House, oh, that one was halfway down, but an offensive rebound. That was Rolfe with the putback, but he's going to go to the line to shoot. Nate Thomas picks up his first.
The Elks are really just getting anything they want right now on the offensive and defensive end.
I guess that wasn't in the act of shooting. And I think Nate Thomas just picked up his second foul. He did, and he's trying to plead his case to the refs, but they're not hearing it. Inbound pass goes to House. Or no, that was Johnson. Nice save by Etheridge, but there was no Panther over there to get it. And now House, wide open drive to the lane, kicks out to Johnson. Johnson has it swatted away by Pennington.
Nice effort by Pennington in order to get back on defense. They were kind of behind on that play, but he was able to get back and make a good defensive play.
Inbound pass
wide
goes
open
to,
for Rolfe.
And that is how the first quarter ends. Centerville leads 14-8 in our MVCC Junior Varsity Game of the Week. I mean, really, right now it's Mike Nauer versus the Springboro Panthers. And he has 9 points, which is more than Panthers has as a team at 8.
They're going to have to figure out a way to stop him. He's just been unstoppable so far.
And really, I'm surprised he was out that long with that late in the first quarter.
I would definitely expect for him to come back in almost as soon as this quarter starts.
And really, for Springboro, I mean, on the offensive end, the only thing is, I mean, Etheridge has shown the ability to get away from the defender, but when he gets away, that he doesn't really want to take the shot, it looks like. And I mean,
and when he gets the shot, he struggled so far this game.
Yeah.
Ty Davis was able to get open, knock down a jumper. So I think maybe they need to go and look for him more. Maybe try and get him open again for another 3. Try and see if he can maybe ignite their offense here in the second quarter.
And I mean, Springboro's tallest defender is 6'2", and Ben Markham, number 30. I know he's well short. I mean, you would think he would try and get down low to at least try and get some post up off the glass against one of the Springboro or Centerville defenders, but right now Springboro has nothing going on the offensive glass.
Well, I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier, and Centerville has 4 different guys that are 6'4" or taller, and Springboro, their tallest guy is 6'2", so it's going to be rough on both sides of the glass, both offensive and defensive today. They're going to have to work for everything they get. I mean, it's not going to be an easy one.
Springboro set to inbound the ball to start the second quarter.
Khalil Trent is going to be the inbounder.
To Etheridge. Etheridge kicks it wide open to Yim, and Yim unable to hit the 3, but an offensive rebound and a putback for Etheridge.
Etheridge had really, really great hustle on that play. He was able to get the offensive board and put it up. Really pretty play off the glass.
See Rolfe kick it down to, or Kiefer kicks it down to Hayes, and Nauer. I think he missed his first shot of the game. Now House guarded by Etheridge.
House for 3.
House's shot attempt is no good, but an offensive rebound for number 5, Chase Harrison.
Good hustle by number 33.
Etheridge with a putback and a nifty shot off the glass. Springboro has cut the Centerville lead to 2. Etheridge seems like he's guarding every person on the floor, blocked by Yim.
Centerville has to try and get some better offense right now. Right now, it kind of looks like they're just trying to throw it down into the post and do some work, but it's not really working.
And a travel for the Panthers, as that was Parmar's travel as he went into the paint. As Nauer is going to bring the ball up the court. Hands it off to Hayes. Kicks it over to Harrison. Nauer looked like he thought about the 3. Kicks it over to Harrison, who will shoot the 3, and it is no good, and a rebound for Trent.
Panthers looking to tie it up down here on this possession. They're gonna.
Parmar drives into the paint, kicks it over to Markham. Markham's shot is no good, and a rebound for House. And now Nauer drives into the paint, spin move off the glass. No, shot's no good, but he'll go to line to shoot 2.
Nauer has shown to be really, really crafty here in the first half. He's got a lot of different ways to score in his arsenal, and he's showing a lot of different ways here in the first half. He's looking really, really good. He's been the Elks' best weapon by far. As he misses the first of 2 free throws. Ian Pennington will check back in for the Panthers. Nauer's going to get the second one after it rolls all the way around the rim. Now they're going to inbound to Parmar, and they're doing another full court trap. They're going to get it to Pennington. Pennington's going to bring it up.
Pennington, Yim is wide open, and nobody seemed to notice it. Hands it back off. Correction, 33 was Killam. Is Sam Killam for the Panthers. And did they call the charge or the block? They call it on number 5, Khalil Trent. I thought he was there for the block. But now we're back to the free throw line. First one's good.
It looks like they're going to feed this guy early and often.
Now our second one is up and good. Centerville's 4 for 6 from the free throw line to start the game.
Nauer's going to go ahead and come on out, and looks like they're putting in Andre Zimmerman.
Springboro with a full court press and forces another turnover, and you can count the bucket for House.
Springboro just cannot handle this press right now. They are having all sorts of issues with it. That's turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Really can't afford this.
And Killam's picked up 2 quick fouls here in the second quarter, and I would assume he's coming out, and Etheridge is coming. No. Number 52 is going to check out. We never got his name yet.
And I think that's a good move by Springboro to keep Killam in, because he looks to be one of their better defenders. He's showing a lot of effort down on the other end of the floor.
I just don't understand why they're trying to give him the ball to inbound it. That's not working. He's had 2 turnovers.
No, he's definitely not a ball handler.
And Centerville with this full court defense almost forced another turnover there.
I really think that's why they brought
Etheridge
back in, yeah, because they were doing a much better. Wow.
And that one was a perfect interception, and that bucket will not fall, so Hayes will go to line to shoot 2 more.
And they were trying to get it to Etheridge right there, but it was just a really bad pass. Hayes read it the whole way and was able to get an easy ball.
That's Yim's second foul for the Panthers. Right now, both teams are in the bonus.
So offensive foul on that play. Pennington with the ball. They're going to get it inbounded. And it's going to be stolen by Zimmerman, or
Harrison,
my bad.
House has it at the top of the key. Drives in with a step back, and his floater's no good. Killam with the rebound. Trent cannot get any separation from Harrison. Down low to Killam. Killam's shot off the glass is good, and you can count the bucket.
Great effort by Killam. See, you just can't have that guy bringing the ball up. Like, he's proficient at scoring the ball. He's proficient he's been their best defender by far in this game. So once he gets down in the post, give it to him. The guy can put it in off the glass, but he's not your point guard.
See, House checks out of the game, and Zimmerman checks back in for the Panthers, or Elks. Killam's free throw is up and good. Springboro remains perfect from the free throw line, 3 for 3.
And Zimmerman now brings it up over to Kiefer. Now down into the corner, Harrison. Zimmerman back into the other corner. Now Kiefer back up top. He's going to drive over to Clark, and Clark over to Harrison. Now back to Zimmerman. He's going to pass it up top.
It looks like without Nauer, nobody really wants to take the shot for Centerville offensively.
Really
as Clark will take a three, and Clark hits another three for the Elks.
Looks like everybody on this Elks team can shoot it. They're having a lot of success from outside.
Etheridge tries to do the crossover on Zimmerman, but a pick by Killam, and Etheridge's three is good, and he answers back with one.
Killam set a really solid screen, was able to give him a little bit of an opening. They were able to take advantage.
And right now, Killam has the hardest job on the court guarding 6'6" Trey Johnson.
He's fighting, he's working down there.
Harrison drives in, kicks it back out to Clark. Clark gives it off to Kiefer. Kiefer's shot is no good, but his own rebound off the glass is good.
Great second effort there by Kiefer. He wasn't able to make his first one, but he stuck with it, was able to get the offensive rebound, put it in the second time.
And another turnover for the Panthers, their fifth of this quarter.
Clark takes it up, off the glass, no good. Kiefer's going to get another one. He takes it back up, rolls out.
Right now, Trent, 3-on-1, wisely dribbles out of the fast break and just shoots a three and drills it. The net barely moved on that one as it cuts the Elks lead to 4.
That was really good ball handling right there. I thought Kiefer was going to come behind him and take it right back, but he was able to keep his composure and knock down a big three-pointer.
Centerville calls a 30-second timeout. Right now, Springboro is showing a lot more intensity in this second quarter than what they did in the first quarter. And right now, they're a few baskets from being in the lead. If they could have had any of those early shots fall.
For sure. You definitely look to be right about your pregame for your prediction pregame, because you said that it looked like things would probably start out slow, and both teams kind of started out slow, but now here in the second quarter, they've really started to get things going on the offensive end.
And really, Springboro they've hit both of their 3 attempts so far in this second quarter, and I think that's going to be the deciding factor for them in the rest of this game if they can get the 3 to fall.
That's definitely something they're going to have to go to more. So Clark will inbound in the backcourt. He's going to get it to Nauer. Nauer's looking at the defense. Now he's going to work his way up past
ball
half court.
Poked away by Etheridge. Yim gives it up to Trent. Trent off the glass, and it's good. Springboro is on a 7-3 run to start the last 3 minutes.
Nauer's getting a little too fancy right now. The Elks got to kind of settle it down.
Clark off the glass, no good, and a rebound for
Trey Johnson.
Johnson, the putback, and his shot is good. Back to a 4-point game with 1:30 left in the first half.
It has been a rough half for the Panthers on the glass. They got to do a better job.
Etheridge with the crossover, kick over to
Pennington.
Pennington in the corner, and Pennington will draw the contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Man, I really thought that he got there.
I thought he got there too. I didn't see who it was called on.
Centerville, number 22, Tom House.
Tom House.
Tom House, that'll be his first, team's 9th.
And here in the second half, the Panthers have done in the second quarter, the Panthers have done a much better job at drawing fouls.
First one is up and good for Pennington.
After the rough first quarter, if you are a Panther, you have to be feeling a lot better. You guys looking like you're in a much better position.
20-14, so they're outscoring Centerville 10-7 so far in the second quarter, and have narrowed it down to 3. Now 2. Springboro remains perfect from the free throw line, 5 for 5. But the thing that's killing Springboro is their turnovers. 12 turnovers. Nauer's calling for it on the corner. Didn't get it to him. House drives in. Trey Johnson with a board. And Johnson, did they say he pushed off or was he pushed? They call him for the offensive foul. If the foul was on Centerville, why are they shooting the free throws?
I'm a little confused, Jared. I've watched a lot of basketball. Never seen that one before.
I don't know. It should be Springboro's ball over by their bench.
Looks like they're going to maybe take a look at it, talk about it, figure out what's going on. I know, so they are going down to the other end.
I still don't see why Springboro's shooting fouls. I just think that would count as a turnover. I don't know.
So
Centerville or Springboro will be shooting the 1-and-1.
That's number 30.
Ben Markham.
Ben Markham. He's going to knock down the first.
Oh, no, they're shooting two. They're in the double bonus. Second one is no good.
Johnson with the rebound. He's going to outlet out the house. He's going to wait for the rest of the offense to show up. Now over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman's going to take a look, see what he likes. He's going to throw it down to House in the corner. Back up top to Zimmerman. Now over to Nauer. Nauer's going to get a pick from Hayes.
Kind of a lazy pick.
Yeah, he kind of went over it reluctantly.
Back out to Zimmer, who's guarded by Yin. 15 seconds left in the half, and I think Centerville's just trying to hold for the last shot. Backs out to Zimmerman with 8 seconds left.
House looked like he wanted that three. Now he's going to go inside, pass out.
And I think no shot. I think they're going to call Etheridge with an reach in. That's his second, team's 9th. So House is going to go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 with 1.3 seconds left. And it is no good. Defensive rebound. Yin doesn't get the shot off. And that is how the first half ends in our MVCC Junior Varsity Game of the Week. Springboro closes the gap late in the second quarter, and Centerville leads by 27-26 at the half. Not even 5 seconds in, and Rolf has an easy basket.
I've been talking about this guy a lot. I think this Rolf kid can be really, really good. He's a freshman. He's got a lot of length. So
Etheridge crossover, kicks over to Markham in the corner. Markham's shot's no good, but Yim with an offensive rebound and the putback.
And now it looks like things are flipping a little bit, because in the first half, the Elks were.
Nauer's drive-in's no good, but a blocking foul.
In the first half, the Elks were killing it on the glass, and now early, looks like the Panthers might have a little extra jump in their step. And now Nauer will be at the line. He had 13 in the first half. He's been very productive so far. For the Panthers, Mike Etheridge has been their best so far. He had 9 in the first half. He's shown off a really tight handle and shown that he can be pretty effective.
Nauer hits the second free throw.
Give him 15 on the game. And the Panthers are going to go straight to Etheridge. He's going to bring it up quickly. He's going to throw it to Markham. And Hayes is going to come in, knock it away. Heads up defense by Hayes.
Inbound pass goes to Etheridge, who's now guarded by Zimmerman. Trent will shoot a three, and Trent's three hits the front of the iron, but it's going to stay with Springboro as Hayes couldn't corral.
Don't like seeing that if you're an Elk. You guys were really killing it on the glass in the first half, and now you guys are giving them a couple of extra early possessions here in the second.
Etheridge drive in off the glass is no good.
Just floats it up, hitting, and
then but an interception pass by
Pennington,
and I think he's going to go to the line to shoot two.
Etheridge, for such a small guy, man, he is not afraid to go in there amongst the trees and really fight for it. He was fighting in there, trying to get the rebound, and then was able to. His hustle was able to force a bad play, and
really,
now
he's
his guys at the line.
About the only one that can drive in on the Elks defense, it seems like, as Pennington's first free throw is good.
I mean, he's got such a good handle on the ball, and I mean, he's got incredible quickness. So Pennington looking to knock down the second.
Second one is good, 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Back to a 1-point game, and now Springboro is pulling out Centerville stuff from the first half in a full court press.
I think if you're gonna do it, if you're Springboro, you gotta do it better though, because the Elks just ran right through that press.
Foul down low, and it looks like if that's Yim, that's his fourth. No, they called on Etheridge, but that'll be his third, so I'm assuming he's coming out of the game. And in checks in number 33, Sam Killam.
Wow, that's rough. Really early for him to pick up his third foul.
Zimmerman drives in, and they're going to call that a block. I thought Yim was there. That's going to be Yim's fourth, so you assume he's going to be coming to the bench. Well, I don't see anybody.
Elks have been drawing a lot of fouls all game, and doing the exact same. Start the second half.
And now a kicked ball called. They're really trying to feed it to Ralph.
Last kick ball came when they were trying to
Rolf
feed him.
loses it up in the air. Now almost got away with it, but Killam comes up with it. Killam kicks over to Trent.
They keep giving it to Killam to bring it up the court, and I don't think that's a good idea. Hayes is going to steal it. He's going to push it up the floor. He's going to pass it over to Nauer last second. They're going to call Hayes for a travel.
I have no idea why. I don't know why Hayes just didn't go up with the shot. As you see, number 2, Nate Thomas checks in for number 30, Ben Markham.
Yeah, Hayes was really aggressive in the first half, so it was really surprising to not see him take that one up, because it looked like a fairly easy look. But
I mean, he missed 3 easy shots in the first half too. And now Markham's going to come back onto the court. No, they're going to send Markham to the trainer. Nauer steals the inbounds pass, and you can count the bucket, and he's going to go to the line to shoot the and one.
That's 17 here early for Nauer. He has been everywhere for the Elks. You gotta love it if you are an Elk.
Basket counts for number 10, Max Kennard. And he goes to the line.
Looking to make it a 4-point game. Nauer does it.
Free throw good for Kennard.
Now Pennington's gonna inbound the ball. And
Yim
now
gets out of the double team.
that press.
Hands it off to Killam. Killam fakes the handoff to Trent. Killam drives in, kicks it out to Pennington. Pennington's drive off the glass is no good. And then a
rebound by Ralph, and
they're going to call Pennington for a hook. I thought that would have been called a jump ball.
They're picking up a lot of early fouls.
It's 5 already for the Elks or Panthers in this quarter. Not even 2 minutes of game time have won off the clock.
Inbound to Zimmerman. He's going to walk it up. Now runs it across half court.
Nauer, Killam with the steal and the turnover. Killam off the glass is good.
I'd like to see that again. Looks like it went off Nauer's hands and maybe then it bounced off his arm or something. Killam was able to get a
and
steal
Killam was
and an
almost
easy bucket.
underneath the basket when he shot that one. I was waiting for it to bounce off or ricochet off the bottom of the basket.
You know, Killam really has been a difference maker here for the Panthers all game, really. From the moment he checked in, he's been one of their best defenders, and I mean, he's been making plays.
And Killam just screened his own teammate as Thomas with the block from behind, but Rolf puts it back.
That kid is going to be really good one day, man. He's showing a lot
Only
of
a
promise
freshman.
here. Showing a lot of promise.
Yim kicks over to Trent. Cross court to Pennington. Pennington drives into the paint and is going to take the shot, and his shot is no good. Rolfe with the rebound.
That was actually a pretty good look by Pennington.
Nauer goes coast to coast and no good.
And that was not a good look at all.
And
Ralph got the rebound, and he puts it up off the glass. Beautiful take by Ralph. He was able to get a rebound and then kind of did like a little Tony Parker type move. Just spun in a circle, put it up off the glass.
Killam going to drive in, and they're going to call it a charge.
Hayes, great defense. He got there really early, was able to set his feet.
That's going to be Killam's third foul. And you look to the bench, and finally comes back in Mike Etheridge. Oh, that is Killam's fourth, actually.
Man, but that...
At this point,
does it really help?
Well, Etheridge has really been the only one to be the one that can drive into the paint. But with 4 fouls, how much can he do that with 3.5 minutes left in the third?
I really don't know. It's going to be a rough quarter and a half from here on out.
Now they called Nate Thomas for his third foul on a reach-in.
They're really stacking up for the Panthers.
That's 7 fouls now in the quarter. And with 3:30 left in the quarter, Centerville's shooting 1-1.
You know, you really got to think that if you're the Panthers, you got a shot if you can get Nauer and Etheridge in at the same time playing well. And both of them have been playing well in this game, but they just really haven't been able to have both of them on the floor. Rolfe's going to get the first free throw. Touched every part of the rim on that one. This young kid has had a really great game. He's got 9 points. He's probably got 10 rebounds.
I would at least say 10 rebounds.
He's been everywhere, man.
And now I'm assuming he has a double-double.
Yep. Been great to see in Centerville. They're going to come back out with this full court press.
And almost forces another turnover. And they're going to call a foul. Did they call that on? That looks like 35, Kiefer. Called 13, Reese. Clark. That'll be his third.
Inbounding will be Pennington. They're going to get it in. Etheridge, he's double teamed in the backcourt. Loses the ball, dives for it.
Trent collects it. And a reach-in foul will be called on Nauer, I believe. That'll be his second, team's fourth, team's third.
And that's not nearly as big of a deal for Centerville because they have just played a much cleaner game, haven't been fouling nearly as much. Etheridge still showing off the nice handle.
Nice move by Yim, but a turnover, and it's going to stay with the Panthers. Number 23, no, that was Rolfe, couldn't handle it going out of bounds. As you see, number 15, Ty Davis checks in for Etheridge.
That's someone that the Panthers are probably going to look to get the ball. He was able to hit a couple shots earlier.
Oh, Trent tipped the ball, and it was intended to Davis. It looked like he had a wide open three if he would have caught it cleanly. As Pennington's shot is up and good.
Nice job of Pennington, able to finish through the contact.
And without Killam on the court, Pennington's going to have to be the one to try and penetrate the Centerville defense down low. You see ball's tipped, another turnover for the Elks. Up court to Pennington, and it is intercepted by Rolfe.
You gotta love seeing that from a young player. He makes a mistake on one end, he's able to hustle back, get it back on the other end.
And Yim tips this one away. This should be an easy layup. And Yim cuts it to a 2-possession game, 40-36 with 2:20 left in the third.
Nauer has to be safer, has to be more safe with the ball next time. It's just a really bad turnover. He read that play the whole way.
House will shoot a three, no good, but an offensive rebound for Clark. And now Rolfe almost drived in, kicks it out to Hayes, and now for his third three of the game, and it's good.
This guy's been lights out, man.
21 points for Nauer.
He's been spectacular in this
Pennington
game.
drives to the paint, kicks over to Yim. Yim's three, answers back with one of
They
his
fire
own.
one right back. This is looking like it's going to be a really good fourth quarter. Now brings it down. He's going to bring it back out over to House. Now House looking to give it up to Hayes.
Hayes has been quiet so far this second half.
I'm not even sure if he's taking a shot.
No, because the one time he turned it over, and the other one he drew a charge. And House's shot off the glass is good.
Nice finish. He just kind of probed the defense and found a weak spot, was able to take it up nice and easy.
House has 5 points in the game.
Now Trent bringing it up, bringing it across half court.
Trent kicks it over to Yim. Yim, another three. Yim's three is no good, but he follows his shot and gets, no, the putback's no good. Finally, Hayes controls the loose ball. Springboro, that was 2 shots you had within 3 feet of the rim, and neither of them you couldn't find.
House looked like he really wanted to take that. Now over to Ralph.
And
entered it to Hayes, and they're calling a foul. Looks like on the defense. On Pennington.
I would have called that a over. It's not really an over the. Well, it would be over the back. I would have called that an over the back foul. On Hayes, he went through him to swat the ball.
I don't know what they're seeing.
That was Pennington's second foul, team's 8th. Hayes misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Davis drives in. Davis kicks it out to 52. Still don't know his name yet. Trent gets the ball with 25 seconds left. Pennington drives in on the paint. Shot won't fall, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And it'll be interesting to see who they call the foul on. If it's Hayes, I believe that's his 3rd.
Looks like Death.
House, it'll be his 2nd.
Looks like depth might begin to be an issue down the stretch here for Springboro. If you look at Pennington, he's breathing pretty hard. Looks kind of maybe a little gassed. As he knocks down his first free throw, cuts the game to 5.
Now Centerville's trading out Hayes now for the height and bringing in 6'6" Trey Johnson. And you see Yim checks into the game for Ty Davis. And at one point, if you're Springboro, do you send back in Etheridge? I mean, Springboro has kept it close, but I mean, now Centerville has stretched it to a 6-point lead with him on the bench.
I think you
now a 5-point game.
I think you maybe try and.
And now Thomas checks in for Pennington.
I think you got to try and.
I think you got to
hold him out
at least a minute into the 4th.
I would try and hold him out as long as possible because he's got how many fouls?
4.
Is he at? He's at 4 fouls, so he's got to be really careful. He's only got 1 left, so.
Art Zimmerman kicks it down low to Rolf.
And
Rolf now has 12. It'll count if it goes, and Thomas's shot is no good. Centerville has stretched a 1-point lead at halftime out to 6, 47-41. And really, number 33, Rolf, came alive in that quarter. I think he had 6 or 7 points and a couple more rebounds.
Guy's really been everywhere. I'm really looking to see if maybe here in the 4th quarter he can take on a bigger defensive role, maybe get a couple of blocks. That's the only thing I really haven't seen from him so far in this game. He's got the scoring touch, and he's got a knack for getting in good position to be able to get rebounds. So really,
what's going to be interesting, I mean, in this last quarter, I mean, if Springboro, they obviously don't have the depth as Centerville does. So Springboro is going to have to try and slow this game down to where they can manage it. I mean, a 6-point lead is nothing to overcome, but I mean, with the depth issues that they have and the three-point shooters in foul trouble that the Panthers have,
I really don't think that Springboro can win this game if they have to score 60 points. I mean, like they just don't have the dogs in tonight's game in order to be able to do it. With their foul trouble is made things very, very difficult on them. And
you see coming out, I mean, Yim has the most points with 6, for the Panthers coming out. I mean, they have Etheridge, Pennington, and Davis on the bench. I don't really understand why Davis, he doesn't have any fouls on him, and he's at least been able to get separation between him and the defender.
It's going to be really interesting to see what they do here in the fourth. So Trent is going to start it with start out the quarter with the ball over to Markham, and Markham is going to pass to Yim.
Yim kicks it back out to Thomas. Thomas drives in. Thomas is blocked out of bounds, but I think they're going to call a foul.
I mean, that one's going to be on Hayes.
If that's Hayes, that would be his third, I believe. Yeah, this is his third. Team's fifth.
So maybe Springboro's got a shot if they can start to get a couple of these Elks out.
Springboro is going to have to try and get to the foul line, I think. Thomas's first free throw is good. He's had a quiet game tonight. Thomas hasn't really been able to manufacture much. Well, he got in foul trouble early. 2 quick fouls in the first quarter, and he really sat out the rest of that half. And Thomas's second free throw is no good.
Every single chance they get to score is going to be crucial here in the
And that one's
half.
intercepted by Trent. Trent going to go coast to coast off the glass, no good.
Rebound by
and
Thomas.
a jump ball
They're gonna tie it up
in favor of Springboro. So it's 6:30 left in the game. Centerville, or this jump ball, will now be in possession of Centerville for the rest of the way.
I'm really not sure what Harrison was doing right there.
I don't know why the refs gave the ball back to Centerville. The arrow was in favor of Springboro.
Not quite sure. So Kiefer's going to pass the ball over to Hayes before he drives. Hayes, first shot of the half. And
no good. That didn't even touch the net.
He looks kind of shaken. He hasn't had a very good game, hasn't gotten much to go so far. It looks like he's low on his confidence.
And Nauer just picked up his second foul. There's third, actually. Team 6, one more, and Springboro will be shooting the 1-and-1 at least.
And that's what we talked about a couple minutes ago. You have to be able to get to the line when you're down, especially when you yourself are in foul trouble. You have to try and force the issue and get the other team in foul trouble.
I have no idea what the delay is for.
First game of the season for the refs too, Jared.
Yim gives it back, and it is out of bounds. So Centerville's it'll stay with Springboro.
Great hustle there by Kiefer. He was able to read the passing
You would
lanes.
think at this point, Yost, who's the head coach for Springboro, would put in one of the ball handlers to at least bring the ball up the court.
Something, because it's not really working
Yim
right now.
gonna shoot a wide open three. It's no good. And Hayes with the defensive rebound.
They're having big issues breaking this press, and that was a good
House
shot.
shot's no good. That was a wide open shot for Yim. And you see right there, Etheridge is going to the scorer's table. But what I don't understand,
Careless turnover.
Centerville had swatted it out of bounds 3 times trying to bring it up court. At that point, after the second one, I would have put somebody into that you can at least bring the ball up the court.
Well, and now with Etheridge in, hopefully they can get something rolling, because they are
And now
starting to run out of
Pennington's going
time.
to go to the scorer's table.
So they're getting a couple of their better offensive players back.
That is a travel that the refs missed. I mean, granted, traveling's not called a lot, but I mean, when it's that obvious as House.
House has had a really nice second half.
Centerville with the press.
9 points on the game. Nauer is going to get a
Nauer's
steal.
shot's no good. Somehow gets his own rebound. Kicks it out.
to Hayes.
Hayes for a 3. And
Got
Hayes
that
hits
one.
his first 3 of the game. Lead is now to 12.
Hayes.
And Yost calls a full timeout.
It's really nice if you're an Elk to see Hayes not be afraid to take the big shot. That one might have ended it right there. There's not a ton of time left on the clock.
5:40.
Not a ton of time left, and like the Springboro, they just don't seem to have that energy right now. The energy that they're going to need to be able to get back in this game. Now that they're putting some of their better offensive guys back in, we'll see, but maybe too little, too late.
Killam checked into the scores table going into that timeout, but I mean, 12 points with a team that has not exceptionally shot the three well this game is going to be a lot to overcome for these Panthers. And really, the only thing is, I mean, when you have 10 people on your roster compared to, looks like about 17, 18 for the Elks, the fatigue is going to set in. And you saw Pennington, when he was taking those free throws, he was breathing very heavily. And Etheridge gets the ball on the inbound. Gets the separation.
He's just fearless.
Three on the other end is no good. That was taken by Pennington. And Centerville comes up with it. Hayes, fast break. Hayes. That was Johnson. My apologies.
That was a really nice pass up court by Nauer. Able to find his open guy.
You saw all the Centerville fans stood up as they thought he was going to go away with a dunk. I mean, at 6'6", I think he could.
Give it time for the big fella.
Oh, no, we're all here to see that varsity matchup with Najee. We all know he can dunk.
Man, I cannot wait to watch that guy. I've watched him over the last couple years, and man, when he was a freshman, he was really, really raw. And just seeing him develop over the last couple years, man, he looks a lot better.
Last year at the end of the season, he had already fielded interest from at least, I know for sure, Dayton, Xavier, and Wright State were all watching him at games.
Hey, that sounds good. I'm a Xavier and Wright State fan, so I'd love to have that guy on either of those two rosters.
And right now, Springboro has gotten at least to the 1-1 bonus now. And this is where they have to try and make up the deficit. 13 points with 4:14. As you see, Nauer and House checks out.
Pennington at the first of two. Man, he's really been playing hard out there tonight. He's been fighting. Been one of the only guys on his team that's really been able to get anything going. Here he goes for his second. Gets that one to go. Cuts the lead to 12.
Yim checks in for Pennington. And it looks like Springboro is going to come out and play a full court press. They forced a few turnovers earlier in the game when they started that. You see Harrison guarded by Trent. Kick over to
I'm really surprised to see Nauer not in the game right now. Nice pass by Zimmerman down to Hayes.
And that's something you can't give up if you're Springboro, those easy cutaway.
No, with only 4 minutes left on the clock, they don't have time to be able to keep giving up.
And Yim stepped out of bounds.
This costly, careless turnover. Harrison.
Long inbounds pass is tipped away by Etheridge, and it will stay with, it should stay with Centerville. But the refs have been wrong tonight.
And it'll stay with Centerville.
It looked like Etheridge was the only one to touch it.
Haynes to inbound.
Hayes, long inbound to Kiefer and almost loses it out of bounds. Gives it back to Hayes.
Johnson brings a screen. Hayes doesn't take it. Now over to Zimmerman, who's going to drive, get to the basket, throws it up.
A charge.
Charge on Zimmerman.
His third. I don't know if you noticed it, but I mean, Centerville's bench got all excited when they called the charge. I don't think they realized it was a charge.
Gotta like the effort there by Yim. He knew that
a trap. They're gonna call a travel, and it looked like Trent was pushed.
Wow, things are really just unraveling here at the end for the Panthers.
14-point game, and nobody was there for the inbound. Harrison's going to shoot a 3 and way overshoots that one, and that's going to be an over the back on
Kiefer.
That'll be Kiefer's third. They're going to call it on Johnson? I thought Johnson just checked into the game. This has really been Springboro's problem for the game, is inbounding. A kick ball out of bounds is going to stay with Springboro.
They're going to give Killam another shot to get this one back in. Now the Elks are going to bring back in Nauer and and House, along with Clark.
If you're Springboro's coach, take the timeout and get the ball at half court. Your team is having trouble inbounding it. You would think he would try and get it to where they can at least use both sides of the court.
They really haven't been able to break Centerville's press very well tonight. So you'd think that might run through his mind at some point, but not so far.
Pennington kicks over to Killam. Killam drives in.
Nice pass out
to Mike Etheridge. His older brother Levi plays football for the Panthers. And another turnover for the Panthers is now you see Davis and Markham checks in for Etheridge and Killam.
It was not a bad try by Killam, but I mean, your coaches tell you your entire life you don't want to be caught in midair with the ball and nowhere to go. That's what he ended up putting himself in that situation that time. Now on the other end, House is going to get an open 3 from Nauer.
Hits his second 3.
I think he's got 10 here in the second half. And then a steal by Andre Zimmerman into Nauer. Nauer off the glass.
Oh.
No good.
Pennington with the rebound. It's 61-44. And I think that 3 just about end the hopes of Springboro in their first game of the season.
You know, Jared,
Trent drives into the paint, rejected by the bottom of the rim.
Clark's going to bring it up, and then he slows it down for a minute. Over to Nauer. Back over to House.
Oh, I thought he is going to take it. And that one's no good. And
good heat check by House. Just not able to knock down the good look. He should have taken the first one.
Why did Springboro's coach not call the timeout?
An exercise of futility.
That's just bad coaching. You saw your player on the ground with the ball. You have got to call that timeout. Granted, they had the possession over in their favor, but now it switches back to Centerville.
Not very good situational coaching here.
Levi Etheridge with a move into the paint for an easy basket.
Michael Etheridge has been the best player by far on this team tonight. He's been explosive. Just worked his way to the basket.
House with a beautiful drive to the paint.
Coast to coast. No one even tried to get in his way.
Etheridge kicks over to Yim. Yim for a 3. His 3 is no good. House with a rebound. Whistle blows.
And
Etheridge is on the ground.
Holding his ankle. He looks like he's in some pain right now. And he's going to walk off the court gingerly as he gets a little applause.
Hopefully he just landed on it wrong or rolled it a little bit, because lose him this early in the season, I don't think it's going to be good for the Panthers the rest of the way.
He's somebody that if you're a Panther, you got to think at some point you're probably going to try and bring up. So that definitely would be a rough step for his development.
Clark drives in, kicks it back out to Zimmerman. House spin move into the paint. House shot off the glass is no good. Davis with a rebound for the Panthers and has it poked away by House with a save going out of bounds.
House has been showing a ton of effort here in the second half.
Clark over to Zimmerman. Over to House. House drives into the paint, and he traveled.
Big man's trying to do a little too much.
If the refs missed that travel, I don't know what to say about that one. Trent's going to dribble up court, kicks it back, and has it stolen away by House. I bet House will be on the varsity roster by the end of the season.
This guy's been explosive.
Pennington pokes it away. Pennington kicks it. Well, I thought he was going to kick it back to Davis.
Now he does. Davis in the corner. He's going to take that deep contested three.
And
knocks
it's
that one
good.
down. The guy's gotten 2 shots all game, knocked them both down.
I think this is going to be a statement that he needs some more playing time later on in the season.
Out.
Zimmerman thought about a 3, drives in, off the glass, and it's good. Count the bucket.
The Elks just have not let up on either side of the basket all game long. They've been bringing multiple different looks on defense, and I mean they've all been getting into the act on scoring in the offensive end.
That's going to be good for Centerville for the varsity game because the JV head coach is on the coaching staff for the varsity, so you know the defense is at least going to play with the same intensity. The 1-and-1 or the 1-and-1 shot's no good, and I think Springboro is just going to let it dribble out. Well, you would think they would.
If you're Springboro, after this game, you got a lot of stuff to work on. If you're the Elks.
Inbounding. Inbounding is the biggest one that Springboro has got to work on.
Well, that, and you touched on it early and often in this game. They've had a lot of trouble with their zone defenses, and it continued tonight. They really, from the outset of this game, they were going to have a rough one because just the height disadvantage that they have is staggering.
And the depth that Centerville's bench has too on them is outrageous. I mean, they almost have 7 players extra than the Panthers do. And House comes up with the rebound. He has to get it across court. Clark gives it off, and it's stolen away with 6 seconds left by Killam. Killam, 3 seconds left. Gives it off to Trent.
The very end.
Trent gets a garbage time bucket, but Centerville will hold on to win 65-52 in our MVCC Junior Varsity Game of the Week opener. If the varsity game is half as good as this one was, we're in for a treat. So signing off for Andy Horton and Jared Bergstrom, we'll be back for the varsity matchup between the Springboro Panthers and the Centerville Elks.